Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Blue Six Tarot. I'm your host Blue Six. And hey, if you're new here and like the video, please like. I'd really appreciate it if you did subscribe, hit the bell notifications, and if you're feeling a bit cheeky, you can even leave a comment at the bottom. That's always nice. Always puts the sunshine in my day. In today's video, I'll be doing a review of the Isis Oracle. Now, this is done by Elena Fairchild and produced by Blue Angel. Blue Angel do quite a few Oracle decks that I own, and they're a very good company. I've not had any complaints with their stuff. This deck is definitely worth seeing. This was in my top 5 Oracles I can't live without. I'll leave a link at the description below, and we'll see where this takes us. Hope you enjoy. Hey, this is Blue Six quickly jumping in. If you do like the goddess Isis and you are interested in learning more about her, I'll also put a link in the description for a YouTube channel that did a really cool video covering her in ancient Egypt. They're called Overly Sarcastic Productions. They do really good videos, and I definitely recommend them. So I'll leave a link in the description. And now, I think the intro's now done. Now for the main bit of the video. Enjoy. Like, share, subscribe. So first off, this deck was made by Elena Fairchild. She's a good laugh on Twitter. I definitely recommend following her. And it was produced by Blue Angel. Got a few of their decks. So the other thing you'll notice is it's quite big, and it's another boxed kind of hard cardboard. So we're going to get the tape measure out. And this is 7 inches by 5. The cards aren't as big, but they're still quite large. And so once again on the back you have a nice brief description of the deck there. I'll just leave that a second for you to pause and read it at your leisure. So the other thing you notice about this deck, outside of how lovely the cover is, the artwork throughout is consistent and is beautiful. And those who followed my Oracle I Can't Live Without, this was one of the decks featured. Now, the other thing you'll notice is that it's quite a thick book. I might as well whip the tape measure out again. So yeah, that's about 2 centimetres thick. Oh, there you go, focus, gosh darn it. So it's about 2 centimetres thick. And that's quite a thick book when you consider, if you do collect Oracle decks yourself, you'll notice that a lot of the books tend to be quite a decent size. This is quite the thickest book I've seen for an Oracle deck, and it's got about just over 200 pages. And in the book, I'll just have a quick look through. The deck is in alphabetical order, so you would have the card there, its name, its description at the bottom of the card, and then about 2.5 to 3 pages worth of description. And what you'll find is that this deck is very, not intense, but is very detailed, and you might find yourself having to rely on the book a lot. And all this is just from that last card, and you've got a nice little ritual at the back. So each card has a lot of depth in their description. So it's going to take you a while to get used to these. So next up we're going to take a look at the back of the cards, and once again we've got the old tape measure, and so we're looking at 5.5 inches by just under 4. So the back we have is a scarab beetle, and they're always the coolest beetles. It's actually the 5th beetle that's the most popular. Obviously the other 4 were in the band. So enough about my horrible jokes. Now, as there's about 44 cards in this deck, I'm just going to go through the whole deck. So each card has such gorgeous artwork. So, and the cards also have different gods within them as well. So I'm not going to read all the description at the bottom, but we're just going to have a look through some of the artwork. So you've got Ice in the background, and you have her brother set here, and so obviously Isis will appear in almost all these cards, and she will appear beautiful and majestic in pretty much all of them. So you'll have a lot of other iconography. So you've got some nice walled hieroglyphics there, and then you've got here Sekhmet. You've got Ra here, looking a bit old. So there is and also I do apologise because he's also kind of glossy. So I'll try and hold it at a bit better angle. So you've got Osiris here with Isis at the back there. Horus, who I believe is her son. I'm not as into Egyptian mythology as I'd like to be, so I'm no expert here. And you've got Osiris again at the background. So, as I said, these cards are. I mean, you're looking at them and you can see just how exquisite this deck actually is. But as I said before, so you've got your main title here, and then the description at the bottom. But at least for me using them so far, I've not been able to actually get a lot from the card itself, so I've had to refer to the book. This is similar to when I tried to learn runes, in the fact that I'm probably going to have to use a book for quite a while before I'll be able to actually use these without using the book, if I'm honest. But then in that case, this will just be a deck just for me or just for my friends, and you can see that it's just so exquisite. I'm probably going to, once again, this is probably going to say it's a lot. So obviously you've got the cover box card, which is divine energies there. It's now in the book there's a lot of talk about divinity and Isis's children. I said the book just goes into great detail, and I'm not surprised. It feels like there's a lot here, but it's not heavy. I've had decks in the past where the artwork's really nice, but there's too much going on, and you can't focus on it just because there's just way too much. But with this, there's not a lot going on in each picture, but there's still enough. There's just so much beauty in these, and Miss Fairchild, you did an amazing job. As I said, I wish the book wasn't this thick, but then I'm lazy when it comes to reading books. Most of my stuff's audio book was myself anyway, so I believe I've mentioned that before. But yeah, these cards are amazing, and if you like these, I don't think the camera does these justice, so if you like the look of these, just buy them. I would recommend them. They're not too expensive. They cost me about £10 on Amazon, so you're probably looking at about $15, $17 US, probably 20 Canadian. I'm not quite sure. I think that's about right. But there's just so much just beauty and detail in these. This one's one of my favourites. I was going to do like a selection of cards that are my favourites, but I don't think that would do this deck justice. So it's just like a quick flick through review. So you've got like the Ankh there. I love how the feathers on the side of her jewellery is little headdress there. It's just because sometimes you come across, at least from my experience, when you come across a lot of tarot, the artwork is fine, but it doesn't feel like there's a passion behind it. I'm not going to name any deck names. They're not ones I've covered yet, but you get the feeling that it's more of, hey, this is just a deck. Hey, we want to make a deck. Let's just make a deck. This was I want to make an Isis deck, and I want it to look beautiful. And this is, and they do. You succeeded. Yes, these are unlike an Egyptian tarot deck which I have, the Cleopatra tarot. I mean, it's it's a tarot deck I'm not a fan of, because there's a lot of it's just like basic pictures of hieroglyphics, and that's always a risk when dealing with something like this. So I was worried that a lot of this was going to be hieroglyphics until I saw a few people on Instagram with this deck, and I had to get it. So as I said, this is not going to be an easy deck to learn to read with straight off. This will take time, so I wouldn't say these are for beginners. These aren't a good starting off point, but at the same time, if you just want amazing artwork, it's great. But I'd probably say wait a while before getting these if you're starting out. So as I said before, so not all of these are just Isis. So you've got, as we saw earlier, just the entrance of a temple. Then we've got this piece of lapis here, and once again it goes into greater detail in the book. But then, as I said before, when I'm referring to runes, this would be a thing where you'd probably have to read up on the deck itself from the book, and it's quite a thick book. As I said, I believe it is a 220 page long book. As I said, and at the end you've got a little kind of prayer to say as well, if you wish to do a prayer to regard to the card. So this would be like, if you're doing this just for yourself, I'd say this is more of a deck just to do one card a day for yourself. Obviously, if you are more of a professional tarot reader, then obviously, you know, you can do what you wish. I wouldn't tell you how not to use your deck. So, as I said, this is just such an amazing deck. It's definitely worth getting. There are no words. Get this deck. It is amazing. As I said, the book itself is still quite thick, but it gives you all the information you need. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you later. Hey guys, thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up, like, share and subscribe, and hit that bell notification. The intro and outro music was Tetris Linear Groove, available on Overclocked Remix. Give that website a look, great stuff on there. And if you also like some of my other bits, you can check out my videos, and you can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Tumblr, Blue Sicx Tarot. I'll see you again soon. Thanks again for watching.